welcome to the event. I'm so excited to share my story. It's going to be a quick little story, but I'm excited to pop on for a little bit and tell you a little bit about me and how I got into the business. So I've been in the business about a year and a half, a little bit more than that. It'll be 2 years in March. But I'm from Rochester, Minnesota. My name is Chantel Boyning. And I have a husband who's in the State Patrol, and I have 2 little boys, a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, whose birthday is today. It's almost cake time, and one on the way. So it's a really exciting time in our lives right now. But like I said, my story kind of starts 2 years ago, and it starts right after pretty much I had my second son. I was in social work, loved helping people. I have a psychology degree, love people, and that was one of the most rewarding parts of my job was, working with people and helping people, reach their goals, reach their dreams, finding things that can, help them better their lives, basically. So I love that about my job. But what I didn't love is how much I was away from my family. And when my husband is in the State Patrol, I realized our lives really changed. He was gone all the time. I was gone working, and I didn't feel like there was any consistency in my family. I wanted to have a family to, be able to raise my family, and I felt like that was really missing. I was really missing is the time we were able to spend together. So at that point, I knew something needed to change. I felt like I was stuck through the motions. I was just going through motion every day. I knew, like I said, I knew something needed to change. I didn't know how I was going to find it, what it was going to be, but I knew I had to keep my eyes open. So bring in Rodan and Fields, and that was probably, I want to say, like a year after I knew something needed to change. And I noticed actually my friend Amy posting about it on Facebook. She posted all these awesome before and after pictures. I saw what she was doing with the business, and I was like, what is this? I've never heard of Rodan and Fields. I know nothing about skincare, but I was intrigued by it a little bit because it was new and it was different. So Amy and I chatted a few times, and some of the key things that really stuck out for me was, one, the proactive doctors. We all know, unless we lived under a rock, what the proactive doctors have done for skincare in the past. And if they've done it once, they can absolutely do it again. So that was super intriguing to me. Residual income was super intriguing to me. Not having parties, not having inventory, no quotas. That was something interesting to me too, because I wanted more time with my family. I didn't want less time by having to go do parties or go do these things that would take me away from my family. That's not what I wanted. So that was really intriguing. 2 things that scared me. 1, I knew nothing about skincare. Nothing. Not one thing. I barely washed my face, if ever, and I knew nothing about sales. I was in social work. Never sold a single thing in my whole entire life. How was I going to sell skincare that I knew nothing about? But I kept falling back on what Amy was doing, what the proactive doctors were doing, and what they were going to do again. And every time, I saw it or heard about it, it was like it was kicking me. And it was like, I feel like if I do not do this, I will regret it. So in March of 2015 is when I said yes. I said, I'm just going to give this a go. What do I have to lose? Absolutely nothing. Give it a go. See what happens. So I'm so glad that I said yes, and I'm so glad I didn't let my fears, my insecurities, and all of that get in the way. And so since March of 2015, I have, 1, the best thing ever, been able to quit my full-time social work job and now get to stay home with my kids and have that family consistency I have been looking for such a long time. If you would have asked me 2 years ago if I would stay home with my boys or if that even would be an option, I would have told you absolutely not. That will never be an option, ever. Ever, ever. I would have thought you were absolutely crazy. Did I want it to happen? Absolutely. Did I think it was possible? Absolutely not. But it is, and it was, and I did it. And it's so amazing, especially now since my oldest son is going to kindergarten, that I'm able to walk him to the bus every morning and watch him come off the bus every afternoon. That's something I never would have been able to do without Rodan and Fields. and even to have this alone time in the middle of the day with my youngest, which would have never happened before either without Rodan & Fields. So complete blessing in my life. I've climbed to the top of the leadership plan within the year and a half. I've gone on multiple free trips and all that great stuff. And all of that is all fun and great. But the confidence that I got from this business and the belief in myself, I found myself again. In social work, I loved my job, but I didn't have a passion. I didn't feel passionate about it. I was going through the motions. Now I feel like I have this passion because I am still helping people. I'm helping people, with their skin. I'm helping people change their financial future. I'm helping people in so many different ways that I found my passion in skincare, a place that I never really thought I would have found it, but I did. So it's definitely been my vehicle for change. It's definitely opened my eyes to, not looking past things, not letting your fears and insecurities get in the way. And I always say, after you get done with this event and you look and you're thinking like, is this for me? Is this really for me? Is this something that I can do? I suggest you to grab a penny or grab any coin. Pick, a side. Heads can be yes, tails can be no, or whatever you want it to be. Flip it, land on your hand, cover your other hand with it. Don't look at it. But think in your head, what do you want that coin to say? What do you want it to say? And that's your answer right there. That is your intuition talking. Follow your intuition, follow your gut. It knows the way. So I hope you're having a great event. Have a happy Sunday. Bye.